There's two leagues in the NFL. It's the undefeateds and it's everyone else. The Panthers are now the team to beat in the NFC. We should fear them the most, says Eddie Pell's of the AP. Eddie, let's start with those undefeateds. The Panthers, the Patriots, and the Bengals. Who should we fear the most?
Well, I think the Patriots are just the Patriots.
Yes.
What they did today wasn't a big surprise, but, they've still got the Bengals and, to some extent, the Broncos to worry about. The AFC will be very tough. I think you have to look at the NFC and go, it's right now it belongs to the Panthers. Cam Newton came out and tore down the Packers banner in the stands. He said, "This is our house," and then he went out and proved it. 37-29, but it really wasn't that close. The Packers had to make a huge rally just to get that close, and then they actually were down near the end zone. This was Carolina's day. They're undefeated. They've got a 2-game lead in the conference with the tiebreaker. Atlanta lost, so they're up 3 in the NFC South, and they've got a 12-game regular season winning streak. What else do you want? I mean, they are the team to beat right now in the NFC, no doubt about it.
For sure, Andrew Luck before the season always circles one game on his calendar, and that is the rematch with Peyton Manning and the Broncos. He's been waiting for this one for a long time. The revenge of Andrew Luck, succeeding. The Colts beat the Broncos, formerly undefeated. What's the bigger story here? Is it the Colts offense on the up and up, or is it the Broncos defense starting to bend and possibly break?
Well, the Colts, some switch got flipped around the fourth quarter of last week's game against the Panthers, and, they changed coordinators this week. Something new is going on there, and they're very interesting, and that's certainly not a team Denver wants to face again. The Colts kind of own them a little bit. I thought, the biggest thing with the Bronco defense, they looked human, but this is a trend of making kind of sloppy, undisciplined mistakes. There were 7 defensive penalties today, including 3 that gave Indy first downs, including the one that basically ended the game. I don't think this defense is hugely flawed, but they need to clean it up a little bit. Everybody has an off day, but the penalties seem to be coming up a little bit too much. And just a little reminder, they've got New England at the end of the month, and they'll need that game.
Certainly the story that everyone is going to be talking about on Monday morning is the hit to Teddy Bridgewater, knocked him out of the game. Of course, the Rams defensive coordinator also happens to be Greg Williams, who caught a lot of heat for the Saints bounty gate. Mike Zimmer calling him out, saying it was a cheap shot. Regardless of all of this, Teddy Bridgewater possibly going to be out for a couple of weeks. What does this mean for the Vikings team that's really on the rise, tied for the NFC North lead at 6-2?
Well, there's never good news when your starting quarterback goes out in that fashion. And by the way, was it a cheap shot? Maybe it's just football. I don't know. That will be debated all week. But I guess the good news for the Vikings is that they are an offense that really wasn't very good with Teddy Bridgewater. I think they came in ranked 31st in the league. They've got a guy named Adrian Peterson, and they're playing some very good defense right now, and kind of mastering the art of winning the very close, tight, defensive-oriented game. So nothing to really like about that hit. It was scary, and that's the way the NFL is. But I wouldn't say it's all over for the Vikings by any means.
All right, Eddie Pell's talking all things football from the Associated Press. Thanks so much for your time.